When I took this apart, I have 5 plants, 5 cuttings, very well rooted. But there's something going on. Before that, hi everyone. This is my Hoya Nathalie, and I took it out of this media in this pot, right? And I have chosen this much wider but shallow pot for this repotting with smaller media than the one it already had. These are the larger types that are fished out from this pipe, which was in this bucket that is dilapidated, so that's just gonna go away. I have more small media if I need. The reason for me to use this small size media is because this is shallow and wide. I need more moisture retention. What I will be doing is I will be taking some vines off and repotting it all in the same shallow pot because there is no surface space. And before I do that, I'll show you what has happened here. Honestly, some vines are healthy and some are not. From the first hand look, you might know what they are. If you think, and if you can point them out, just have a guess and see so that you will know if you are right. If you are right. This is my Hoya jackfruit, and let's inspect the roots. This is the mother plant, as you can see, and it's shallow. And this is another cutting. This is the first cutting I've ever made, and this is the root. And the roots are fine in both. If you see white roots like this, right, and not dead like this, which means they are in healthy condition. And here, these 3 are root roots. Right. But the plant has tried to survive, that's why there are white roots on top of the main root bulb. Here also there are white roots. I cannot take this piece of charcoal off because it's hanging on to that, so I'm going to leave it. And this part is dead. This part is dead, and this is also very not that healthy at all. This does not have any new roots. That's why I did not see any kind of new root growth or leaf growth. Here also nothing. But here there was a new leaf, and when I checked the thing, the root bulb is fine. This cutting, which rooted itself finally, is much more better than this whole bulb compared, in my opinion. Okay. So I'm not going to touch this. I might take off some from this, right? Let's just see, because it's okay to take off some older roots, right, and repot, because this has a whole root bulb there, and I'll take off from here, right? There's some moss hanging on to that also. I'm leaving that be too. And here, as I told you, I'm not going to touch anything. Right here, the best place for me to cut is right below here. Right? You because this part will be going in, I'll take off this too. Right. Here, leaving this B, I will take off from here, below a node, right? And here also, I will take it off. Actually, I can take off the whole thing and restart this. Here also, I'm seeing some aerial roots which I can utilize. So what I'll do is, I'll take off this leaf which is dehydrating in there and make this one cutting and another down here, right? And I will shorten that again, right about here. If I want to, I can cut this up also, but I have to take it off. So I'm not going to be doing, a heavy pruning here. Not pruning, sorry, a heavy chopping off. But I will take off this part because it's bare. And here I have to put it right like this because I don't have anywhere else to take off. And here there is a blunt spot here, very, not blunt actually, I don't know what I'm saying. It can be a trigger for growth. So these are leaves actually which have been torn off. Here the plant is fine, but since it's a bit bare from here, I can take off and restart some of the vines too. What I'll do is, since there is aerial roots here, I'll take it off from here, and again I'll leave all this here and take off from here, and take it off from here. Right. So now there are several cuttings in this one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here, what I'll do is I'll first take off this, stagnant part. Okay. Those parts some people usually use for trellising purposes, right? You can just tie something onto this and trellis this, but I have more stems which I can use. So to refresh this mother plant, I will go and inspect from the top and cut off from here because I have a new growth from there. And here I'll take it off as another cutting. Here also, because there are two, right? You can take off from here, right? So there's a heavy pruning going on in the mother plant also, which I'll be actually rerouting all these. If your plant is not doing anything, and if the root bulbs are kind of, they're healthy, and you know that you can save them, you can just take off. And this is as much. I took off from the roots and the stems which will be thrown off. All others are cuttings and the rooted plants. So I will come back when I pot them all again. This is a communal potting. I also had to cut down the mother plant and the first rooted cutting because the vines were very top heavy. If you are familiar with the Hoya highlight I did on Hoya and Nathalie, it is clearly seen that every new leaf I got was bigger than the former. So therefore, Since this pot is short and wide, I had to make sure that the top heavy cuttings will not pull itself out, or the top heavy mother plant will not pull itself out of the media. I flush the media after potting them in, so the media will get into the nooks and crevices and give a secure environment for it to root, as well as added more media where it was needed, then topped it with pebbles. I need to add more pebbles, but if you closely look, I have added pebbles near every rooted cutting. If you can totally cover the top layer with pebbles, I will be really happy. But currently, I am unable to find such a load of pebbles for me to top this whole entire surface with it. Therefore, I will try to keep this in a safe and undisturbed area with only filtered sunlight in the morning. The leaves will get rid of their anthocyanin, the sun stress on top, and turn back to a healthy green, but it's okay because currently your only goal is to root the cuttings and transition the mother plant and the rooted cutting well into the new pot. What's the nutrition care that you can give, or the best nutritional care that you can give to your rooting cuttings? My go-to fertilizer is a high phosphorus fertilizer. I am using a 10-52-10, where the phosphorus content in this is 52. It has the trace elements magnesium and calcium in it also. As you guys know, phosphorus enhances root growth as well as blooms. Since the plant is under stress, it might also throw out a panicle, but forgetting that, you can focus on the rooting part, where this will surely take care of that and enable the cuttings to root, but they should not be disturbed inside the medium. When you spray a 10-52-10 today, in another 5 to 7 days you can spray it again. If you do not want to go the distance, or if you think this is a very drastic type of a fertilizer, you can use any fertilizer that has a high phosphorus content and use it as advised by me earlier and get your plant to root. But I myself, knowing what a great growth this Hoya Nathalie had, but how it has stalled its growth right now, my focus would be to get the root system back to health. And in Sri Lanka, we do not have a lower content when it comes to the phosphorus level. This is what we can find, and this has never been a mutating factor for any of my Hoyas. So therefore, I choose to spray this every 5 to 7 days, and I will spray this 3 times, and I'm sure I will see new growth in it after 3 weeks. I also have to check my plant to see any snails getting into the media, because this is a very wide surface, and not eat new roots. So guys, it's your call, because you are the one who knows your plant. If your plant is very much dehydrated and in a worse condition that my Hoya Nathalie was, you can go back to the video that I'm linking here, which I did an year ago, and see how I recovered my Hoya finlaysonii from a severe dehydration. Thank you guys very much for watching this video, and I hope I've helped you. If you have questions, please do drop a comment. I'll try to reply there or do a video to help you further. Until again, bye bye.